A very good afternoon, students. Welcome to Capstone IAS Academy. In today's session, we are going to talk about 7th July current affairs capsule. There are two kinds of videos we are doing. One is editorial videos. Sorry for that color. Right? We are doing two kinds of videos. One is editorial videos, right? And one we are doing is basically the short current affairs. So we are doing editorial and short current affairs. Editorial is basically oriented towards mains, and short current affairs is oriented towards prelims. Although we should not separate between mains and prelims in UPSC examination. But for the sake of reading and revising, we are doing this separately. So let's quickly today see what are the important small current affairs that we should be knowing. First topic, Solicitor General. I hope you all know about this particular news event where a delegation of Trinamool Congress MPs recently met President Ram Nath Kovind and sought the removal of Tushar Mehta as a Solicitor General of India. Right? He is the highest law officer in the country appointed by the government on the grounds that there was a criminal misconduct and gross impropriety. Why? Because there is this MLA from West Bengal called Suvendu Adhikari, who is also accused in 2016 Narada tape case about corruption and taking money. And since he was an accused and the case is between the government and the accused, and the government lawyer is no one but Solicitor General of India. So the question was, how can accused meet the government lawyer and how can they even allow it? Although the Solicitor General denied meeting, he said he came to my office and I did not meet him. But still, the question of conflict of interest arises. Experts say that such a meeting between an highest serving law officer of India, the Solicitor General, who is actually a special public prosecutor for the CBI, and the accused on the case that is investigated by CBI raises the question of impropriety. There are few things that we should know about Solicitor General. Point number one, Solicitor General is the second highest law officer in the country. He is subordinate to Attorney General of India, and Attorney General of India, AGI, is the highest law officer who works over Solicitor General. He basically advised the government on any legal matters. He is appointed for the period of 3 years by an appointment committee which is chaired by the Prime Minister. Please understand, he can still continue his private practice. The only thing is that he cannot fight against government. He cannot fight against government. He can continue his private practice, but he cannot fight against government. And what are the duties? He advises the government of India on a legal matter to perform such other duties of legal character which may arise from time to time. He appears whenever required in the Supreme Court or High Court of India on the behalf of government. He also represents government of India in any reference made by the President under Article 143. Either Solicitor General or the Attorney General can represent the government in the case arising of Article 143, where the Supreme Court asks basically the government. Okay, so that's about your Solicitor General. Very, very important. In the past, UPSC have asked questions on the appointment, the salaries, the duties of Solicitor General, Chief Election Commission, Attorney General, Chief Information Commission, etc. Moving on to the second topic. Very small topic, but little bit important. Low disease donation rates of 0.5 per million population in India. India has been struggling with abysmally low disease donation rates of 0.5 per million population. as compared to 36, 24, 49 in US, UK, and Spain. Now, we need to start promoting the idea of gift of life. There is a need to educate the people to promote awareness about gift of life as a purely charitable endeavor. Single donor can save up to 9 lives. Heart can be donated, kidney can be donated, blood can be used. There are a lot of other things, right? And that is not happening at a very high rate in India. It is an act of altruism, very important topic for your ethics. Altruism. Past UPSC a vast question, GS4. The organ donation after death or brain death is an act of altruism. Indian Transplantation of Human Organs Act 1944 details brain death. The doctors and the center authorized to declare it and retrieve the organs if the formally taken consent from the family. The THOA Act not specify the allocation criteria for these organs except categorically bidding, organ trade, or coercion of any kind. That means you cannot bid or trade it, but there is no other criteria given how this organ should be allocated. For all the practical purposes, today, the organ becomes the property of the state and designated organ sharing organization allocate them based on the priority. And India also prohibit directed disease donation by the family members. That means a family member cannot donate it directly. It has to go to the state and the state can give it to the whoever want to receive. Okay, important about this particular topic, organ donation. Clear? Please go through about altruism. What is altruism? How altruism is important in ethics, integrity, and aptitude. Moving on to the third topic of the day. Recent circular by University Grant Commission, that is UGC, proposes that all the higher education institution teach 40% of their course online and rest 60% offline. 40% online and 60% offline. UGC feel that it plays a very vital role in increased student engagement in learning. There's a lot of student teacher reaction on online platform. Student learning outcome will also improve. It also shifts the role of teacher from being a knowledge partner to a coach and mentor. The traditional classroom teaching is teacher directed top down approach, right? Whereas the new kind of system that we have developed, that is online, right? That is online, is a student driven bottom up customized approach. Now, there is also a chance that students are flexible to attend the classes and the test. They can attend at their own convenience, which will also increase their interest in the studies. If you look at the survey, that is All India Survey on Higher Education, 60% of the 42,000 colleges in India are located in rural areas and 78% are privately managed. What is the problem with the online? One of the bigger problem with the online is that internet penetration in India is only 45%. All the colleges may not be in position to invest in technology and provide such learning. They don't have money. They don't have resources. Internet facility is not there. Internet may not be that much fast. So it creates a lot of trouble, right? There is a lot of geographical and digital divide that is there in India. Some places you have very good internet. Some places you don't have internet. And when you're talking about online studies, it's required a smartphone. So some of them do have smartphone. Some of them, they don't have smartphone, right? So we are talking about a very big geographical and digital divide, which might include a large number of rural students. What are the challenges? When you talk about BL, that is blended learning, it leaves a little room for overall development of the student. There is no human to human interaction. There is no physical interaction. There is no emotion sharing. There is no empathy sharing. So the overall development of the student is very limited to the computer, right? What about his emotion, his physical, his spiritual? We have no idea. We have logged in, he is logged in, he is attending, we are teaching. We have no idea whether they have actually logged in or whether they are listening to the class. Moreover, education in India is driven by center teacher-centered approach. Online brings a layer between the teacher and the student, expecting the students, especially from rural areas and socio-economically backward strata, to quickly collaborate on the technologically enabled services is a very difficult thing that can happen in India. It may actually result in more of dropout. If the people do not know how to use technology, then they might drop out from studies. Clear? Okay. Moving on to the next topic. Topic number 4, four theater command proposed this year. This theater is not about movies. The theaterization plans are going on well, and the chief of defense staff said that Prime Minister may announce the formation of integrated theater command. What are the four? Air Defense Command, Maritime Theater Command, Integrated Eastern Theater Command, and Integrated Western Theater Command, and all function under one command. As per the new plan, the operational function will shift to theater command, and this will bring about jointness and ensure better efficiency between their resources. All of this will be under one command, which will bring a lot of efficiency in the resources. Joint operation can be done, security will improve, right? And that there is a lot of coordination. The coordination system will improve, which will eventually benefit the country's security. Cool, great. I hope we are not boring. Let's move to the next topic. Politics over food. You know, food is important for me, for you, for everyone. What is the problem? Problem is Kerala High Court reverse Lakshadweep administration move to exclude chicken and meat from midday meal menu. Lakshadweep administration, they removed chicken and meat from midday meal, and Kerala High Court said this is wrong. Regulating dietary choices is a bad idea. India is a nutrient deficient country. People do not eat nutrient properly for so many reasons. We should not regulate the dietary choices. There is a larger confrontation, that means bishum bishum, between the administrators and the residents of Lakshadweep. The residents feel that the administration recent circular are not helping their way of life. In several parts of the country, eggs have rolled out as a part of midday meal menu and made a comeback depending upon the government in power, because eggs were important for protein. Protein is important for immunity and development at the younger age. First they were removed for some sort of concerns, and then they were brought back later. Nearly a dozen states serve eggs in midday meal scheme today, and some even milk. A national sampling organization, national survey organization says that there is a declining cereal consumption, which is always a sign of increasing purchase power. When people make more money, they reduce the consumption of cereals. They start moving towards bread, rice, wheat, jowar, and meat. Now, another concern is that we should not dictate food habit. It is untenable. Very good keyword, untenable. The Constitution protects the dietary choices by guaranteeing the right to freedom of expression, that is Article 19, and right to life and personal liberty, that is Article 21. And also, how can we forget? India is a multi, you know, cultural and multi-religious country. The dietary habits are changing and may change more radically as today's younger grow up in the world. So we should not regulate the dietary habits of the people, and especially by law. It is impossible because our society is very big. The people in Goa are different from the people in Maharashtra or Gujarat or Northeast or Bengal or Kashmir or Kerala. That's why it is a bad idea. Have Indian officials met Taliban? So now an important thing coming up. There are news reports that Indian officials quietly met Taliban representative in Doha. It appears that New Delhi is taking pragmatic approach to what appears to be a very complicated situation. See, US is withdrawing the troops. Afghanistan government doesn't have control. Taliban is taking the control of cities. So it was needed for India. It was needed for India to basically also parallelly have talks with Taliban, because we need to see Afghanistan as a whole country, and whatever it is, whoever is powerful in the country, there should be a channel of communication. We have done lot many things for Afghanistan. We have constructed their parliament, dam, their largest pediatric hospital. That's why we wanted to help the people of Afghanistan in whichever power the Afghanistan will go tomorrow. There are two strategic objectives of this particular decision by India. One, prevent Pakistan from getting strategic advantage. When the US will leave Afghanistan, Pakistan might take the help of Taliban and might create trouble for India in Afghanistan. So it's better that you only talk to them first and make sure that our ties are not hurt, right? Then, substantial investment by India. We have made a lot of investment in Afghanistan, up to $3 billion. We have won the hearts of several Afghanis. Afghanis love India because of the pediatric hospital, parliament, dam, midday meal, food supply, education, scholarship we are giving. They do love India. In last November, India announced that it has concluded an agreement for construction of Shahed Dam at the cost of $250 million. Now let's see, tomorrow if it goes in the control of Taliban, we should be able to talk to Taliban. India has already launched more than 100 community development projects. Large infrastructure projects have also been undertaken by India. That includes Delaram Jarang Highway, India Afghanistan Friendship Dam, and the construction of Afghanistan Parliament building. That's the reason India started a channel of talks with Taliban, which is important for our geopolitical issues. Next topic. FAME 2 extended by another 2 years. The government have extended the faster adoption of manufacturing of electric vehicle scheme for another 2 years to allow electric vehicle industry more time. It has been extended till 31st March. The scheme was extended because of the simple reason that electric vehicle penetration in India is abysmally low. People are still not buying electric vehicle. They don't like electric vehicle. It is very costly. Manufacturers are not interested. Buyers are not interested. So government wanted to make sure they promote electric vehicle. Norms pertaining to procurement of buses were also eased. Energy Efficiency Service Limited, which is a subsidiary of the government, is going to play a big role in making people adopt electric vehicles. We want to have 100% EV fleet in public transport by 2030. Why? Obviously to reduce air pollution. No other reason. And we also want to aim for 40% electrification in personal transport by them. That means people should use 40% of the vehicle should be powered by electricity. Again, diesel consumption reduces, oil dependency reduces, pollution reduces, import bill reduces, rupee value will become strong. What is the present situation? Just 2.36 lakh vehicles were sold in 2021. 60% of these are two-wheeler and 30% are three-wheeler, where the four-wheeler is very, very low. And what needs to be done? We need to encourage mass adoption of cars and two-wheelers so that we achieve our 40% target. Private four-wheelers which are not eligible for incentive under FAME must be brought in. They should also be given incentive. Today, incentive is available for government as well as two-wheelers, but nothing is available for four-wheelers. So that should also be done. Price still is a very big barrier for electric vehicles. Unfortunately, lithium ion battery, which constitute 20 to 40% of the vehicle costs, have been falling, and that is a good news because the prices will come down. And if the prices will come down, people will buy the electric vehicles. There is also a viewpoint to dealing the cost of the battery from that of the vehicle, so that there is a battery swapping option can be explored. That means you are riding a vehicle, your battery got over, take your battery, give it, take a new battery and start again. And another thing is that for this to become popular, the infrastructure should support. So government also want to set up 2,700 charging station on highways at the intervals of 25 kilometer. Got the idea? Okay. So this is about the FAME technology or the FAME scheme. So that's it for the class today. We should be doing editorial videos very soon. Stay tuned. Goodbye. Take care. All the very best. Do well.